Hey, what's up? Vagabond Pat back, just going over some of the best metal music of February 2023. It is March 1st, so now I know nothing will be coming out in February. I probably missed some stuff on this list, but before we get to the list here, let's go ahead and spark it up. If you do have anything to smoke, if you're not smoking, hey, that's fine too. You're just tuning in, I do smoke a lot of weed on this channel, but I also love music and stuff like that too, so I do little things like this. No editing in here yet, because I'm not that tech savvy yet, so just bear with me. Hopefully within the future, we will get some editing, maybe some music clips in here and stuff like that. But for now, who knows, maybe I'll put you on to something good. So, starting off, we have a brand new single from one of my favorite metal bands. I guess you would define them as metalcore, but in general, they are a metal band. So, but their name is Arrival of Autumn. They are from Canada, and they just released a new single, Scars. I believe their new album comes out, I want to say May 15th. I forget the dang name of it, but guess what? Arrival of Autumn. If you haven't heard them, if you like metalcore, stuff along the lines like In Flames, maybe some As I Lay Dying, some Bleeding Through, stuff like that, you will definitely like Arrival of Autumn. Go ahead, definitely check them out. Worth listening to. Even their last album with songs like The Horror, Hurricanes on the Horizon, Witness, banger after banger after banger. They covered Ozzy Spark at the Moon, another banger. Go check out Arrival of Autumn from Canada. Definitely worth listening to. Their new single and all their other stuff, and look out for their new album. But their new single, Scars, definitely go give that a listen and share it, you know. But next up, we have two bands with Earth in their name. The first band is Earthcaller. This band is very cool. They kind of remind me of, if you've ever heard of like Scars of Tomorrow, they kind of remind me of Scars of Tomorrow in a way, especially in the vocals. But they add a lot of atmosphere to it, especially when they do songs with Mystique, I guess it is, which might be like a DJ-ish type person or EDM type person, but it brings an element to their music that is awesome. And so go check out Earthcaller Parasite if you're looking for something a little different, more along the lines of maybe the Browning, but not as heavy or not as EDM-y as the Brownie. But yeah, go check out Earthcaller Parasite. And next we have Earth Groans, which is a little bit more on the hardcore metalcore side. I don't think they have any songs with cleans, but yeah, they're more like Bury Your Dead meets Misery Signals, maybe, is what I would classify them as. So if you're into that type of stuff, go ahead and check out Earth Groans. All of Earth Groans stuff is good. I like them a lot, but their new single Overgrown just came out, and they're releasing, I believe it is a full album soon, or it is an EP, one or the other. But keep an eye out for that and go stream Earth Groans Overgrown. They're a very Earth-related music band, you know? I guess almost along the lines of like Earth Crisis, maybe, you know? Just went out. This is a little, a little tight there because that's just nice and moist. I don't know why I just said that like that, but hey, we did. Next, we have Four Token. I don't think this band is super huge, but if you haven't heard Four Token, go check them out. They kind of almost remind me of Lord of the Ringsy metal. I don't know, like kind of death metal-y, black metal-y, but not as like culty, I guess you could say. Not like the Mayhem or the Death, or more along the lines of like a Cradle of Filthy, Dimmu Borgiri type thing, you know? But with other elements thrown in there. Very interesting music. So go check out Four Token, especially their new single. What the hell is it? The Wrath That Weeps. Go check that song out. Great song. And it's like 6 minutes long, but guess what? It's a banger. It takes you on a journey. Now, I wonder if they have Token in their name because, well, I don't think it's spelled the same. But because of like J.R. Tolkien, you know? From like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Because that almost seems like what they're inspired by, like very Lords of the Ringy stuff. So go check them out if you haven't heard Four Token, F-O-R-E-T-O-K-E-N. Definitely an interesting listen, even if you're not in death metal, black metal leaning stuff. Go check it out. I think most people would like it. I'm not sure they're monthly listeners, but I'm pretty sure they're not too big, so definitely go give them a listen. And next up we have a classic hardcore band, metalcore band that everyone seems to love, but I just got into them. Jesus Piece. They just released a new single, their third single off their new album. This single is called Tunnel Vision, another banger. So they have 2 other singles released. Definitely go check them out. Check out some of their older stuff. Definitely a great band. Their new album comes out soon. I think it might come out next month, or this month, I want to say. It might be coming out this month or next month. March or April, I want to say. I might be wrong about that, though. Someone correct me in the comments if you know who they are, know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yep, definitely go check out Jesus Piece. Definitely some banger. Definitely some aggression in the music there. Good old, like, hardcore, metalcore stuff, you know? And then we have Entheos. Entheos. So I'm guessing that's how you say their name. But with their single Darkest Day, heavy. Kind of like deathcore genty type stuff, I would say, along those lines. But their first single that came out last month, which I didn't hear till this month, is what put me onto them. And that song is called I Am the Void. And that came out in January, but that's just worth mentioning because that song is 10 out of 10. That might make it to my favorite metal songs of the year. So far, it's definitely probably within the top 10 metal songs of the year. So definitely go check out I Am the Void, but also their single that was just released like last week, I believe, Darkest Days. I'm looking forward to checking out that album. And I have listened to some of their older stuff. They are female fronted. I believe she does like some YouTube and stuff like that too. So definitely go check out Entheos if you haven't already heard them. And just in case, if you have any recommendations, go ahead and recommend a band in the comments below, and I will go ahead and check them out. Maybe put them in a video and stuff like that, because I'm always looking for new music to listen to, whether it's metal or any other genre. Recommend some music down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, you know, share bands, whatever. Let's go. But anyway, back to the list here. So next we have Chelsea Gurn with Fathomless Maw, I believe is how you say it, M-A-W. Another banger. Their album comes out this month, I believe, towards the end of this month. And this is the second part. They had Suffer in Hell and In Heaven I Wait or something like that is coming out this month. I forget the name of this one. But yep, they just had an album come out last year. This is a Heaven part. They had the Hell part come out. So definitely go check out Fathomless Maw, another banger right along the lines of what they've been doing there. So definitely go check out the new Chelsea Grin. Also, we have Viscera with Carcinogenesis or Carcinogenesis. Definitely a banger. Viscera, V-I-S-C-E-R-A. They are made up of, I believe, almost every member is from another band, and they have some bangers. Definitely heavy, definitely along the lines of deathcore, a lot of double bass in there and stuff like that. So definitely go check them out. Worth listening to, especially if you want something brutal and heavy. This is the 3rd or 4th single coming off of their new album. I'm not sure when their album comes out. It might have already came out. Maybe I should have checked that. But anyway, definitely go check out Viscera with their new singles, maybe new album that is already out. I'm not sure. It might have came out, or at least an EP came out. I don't know. But yeah, definitely worth checking out Viscera. I went out again. Next, though, we have probably right now, in this band, he's probably one of my favorite, within the top 10 deathcore vocalists out right now, I would say. And maybe with even in the top 5, and that is no other than Body Snatcher, one of my favorite bands too currently. Because let me tell you what, it's heavy, it's emotional and stuff like that. You feel the struggle in the music, and oh man, let me tell you, I believe the vocalist name's Kyle Medina. The drummer, I know the drummer was doing some like backup vocals and stuff like that, but I don't know if he still does. I believe they still do have the drummer doing that stuff. But yeah, I love Body Snatcher. Great band. Their new single Dead Rabbits that came out. Definitely go stream it. Definitely worth checking out there. They're one of my favorite bands out right now. Kyle's one of my favorite vocalists, all around instrumentally and stuff like that. Man, just very groovy, very slammy, very hardcore-ish, deathcore-ish. They're a perfect deathcore band, I would say, that's out right now, you know? They never put out anything bad. Everything's a banger. So yeah, definitely go check out Body Snatcher's new single, Dead Rabbits, and check out their older stuff if you haven't heard any of that stuff. You won't regret it. Especially if you're into like deathcore or hardcore and stuff like that, go check them out. But then we have the Acacia Strain with their single Fresh Bones. I believe this is the 2nd single off of their new album coming out. Not sure when it's coming out, but it is coming out sometime this year. But the Acacia Strain, of course, with banger after banger, you know, they've been doing their thing for a long ass time now. So hey, good for them. Another great song, so go check out Fresh Bones by the Acacia Strain. More along the lines like that deathcore, hardcore stuff like that, so definitely worth checking out. Then we have Man Must Die. They released an album, but I really like this song. This song popped out the most. I didn't want to list a bunch of stuff. I'm not trying to make this video too long. It's already longer than I would like it to be, but that's okay. You know what it is. But anyway, Man Must Die, Bring Me the Head of the King, banger song. The whole album, banger start to finish, so definitely go check them out. They've been doing their thing for a while. I used to listen to them back in the day, and I just forgot about them for some reason, up until I saw that they released new stuff, and I was like, I'm going to go back and listen to Man Must Die. Definitely a great band, definitely along the heavier side. I'd say almost like they'd fall into like that metal genre of like the Haunted and stuff like that, but they're heavier than the Haunted. I don't know exactly. Maybe you'd classify them in like death metal. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, now we have To the Grave. They released an album, and the album is amazing. It's called Director's Cut, start to finish, banger after banger, but full sequence. Found Footage is definitely my favorite song off the album. It's definitely very weird, very strange, but then Full Sequence is another banger. BDTS, Reverse Axe Wound or something like that. The whole album is just banger after banger. Red Dot Sight, definitely worth listening to. He's also really great vocalist, so definitely up there in the list of vocalists for me now, especially after this album just solidified him even more. The last album I didn't care for as much, but the album before that I liked a lot there. So yeah, definitely worth looking out for, especially on this album. I don't know if they have two vocalists. It almost sounds like they might, or they might even have more than two, but definitely a great album, definitely worth listening to. I've listened to it 3 or 4 times already, just banging my head to it, you know, and jamming out to it. Great album by To the Grave. Go check it out. Then of course we have the Goats in Flames with their album Foregone, with tracks like State of Decay. I think it's State of Decay 1 and 2, I want to say, maybe, or Foregone Part 1 and 2 it might be. But anyway, then yeah, Meet Your Maker. Damn, they have like a ballad on there that's really, really good. But anyway, I just put that album on and listened to it start to finish. I've listened to it like 2 or 3 dozen times already since it's came out. It's an amazing album. Start to finish, especially if you like stuff like that's from Come Clarity before, from Come Clarity before all the albums, you know, from that album before anything after Come Clarity. It's kind of like everything before that, you know, and Come Clarity itself. So definitely worth checking out, banger after banger. Like I said, that album 10 out of 10. Can't go wrong with it. Like I said, I've listened to it 2 or 3 dozen times. Worth checking out, worth picking up. So go listen to the new In Flames album. But just a couple honorable mentions. I didn't write down the track names or anything because there's too much music. And there's a bunch that I haven't covered, like Queen Kona, Of Sulfur, ABR. Bleed the Sky's releasing some new stuff. They got another new vocalist, so Bleed the Sky, I've been listening to them since like Kill Tank and stuff like that, since like 2007, 2008. So I've always liked Bleed the Sky. Definitely go check them out if you haven't, because they are OG deathcore, metalcore goats right there. Worth listening to. But anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you got any bands you would like me to check out. Go ahead, I will go ahead and give them a listen. Maybe put them on a list, who knows. But Vagabond Pat, I'm out. Stay positive, spread the good vibes. Much love, peace.